Hey, welcome back to a new video. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. So today we've drove about 100 miles east, and we did a couple of jobs on the way, like laundry, because it always comes up every couple of weeks. And,
and we didn't do any recording on that just because it weren't really interesting. We've done a video about it before, so we thought we'd leave that out. We wasn't going to do any recording until we actually got to Brighton, and that's kind of why we didn't have anything to do with the morning, because it's like 4 o'clock now, but we didn't actually stay in Brighton. It was too busy, and all the parking places that we drove past, there was either on the side of the road, and Tabitha's not keen on parallel parking, so we thought we'd leave it, and there was height restrictions on the other ones, like the actual car parks, and ours was like just a little bit too big, so we couldn't go in them. So we've actually come down to Saltdean. It's called Saltdean, isn't it?
Yes, Saltdean. Yeah. So I was literally driving down on the road and I saw this car park, so I pulled in, and it's a free car park.
Yeah,
so,
and it turns out it's actually on Park for Night as well. We didn't actually know that. And we've been using another app called Wild Camping. It's on like online, and we've got that app from, is it John and Mandy on Tour? I think their channel is. But yeah, so we're using that now. We're probably going to sign up to it as well because that seems really good. But yeah, it's on here, both on like Park for Night and on the Wild Camping app. And yeah, we didn't obviously know that when we drove past, but we're probably going to stay here the night because there is a fish and chips, there's 2 fish and chips that are nearby. They do different fish that we haven't had before. I think we're going to go for huss and skate, wouldn't it?
Yes, I think so. I've never tried these before, and I'm like the funniest person when it comes to trying new food, so I'm a bit nervous.
I'm looking forward to it, well loads. Like, yeah, I always wanted to have fish and chips at the seaside, but I wanted to have like different fish. I didn't want to have cod and haddock because you can get that anywhere. Yeah, so I can't wait to go and get that later. But we've not long eaten because we've had late lunch. So yeah, we're not going to have that till a bit later. But what we are going to do is walk down to the beach because it's only like 5-minute walk or so away. It is super windy though, so we're probably not going to do any speaking down there unless there's something that's important or we feel like we can actually speak about. It's probably just going to be B-roll, just because it is like a really windy day. It's like 50-mile-an-hour winds and stuff. So we're not going to bother speaking in front of the camera because you'll just hear the whole time. But yeah, so let's get going down to the beach.
For so long, I've been trying to get you out of my head. Oh yeah, but somehow I always seem to wake up in your bed. Baby, if we talk.
Right, so I've been back at the van now for a few hours. The beach was just way too windy to do any speaking that lot. Hopefully you enjoyed the B-roll though. But we're actually going to get some fish and chips.
Fish and chips! I'm excited. We've been looking forward to this like since we moved into van, I think.
Yeah.
Liam's always on about going to the fish and chips.
Since we've been on about like going to the seaside, I've always wanted fish and chips. But I was just waiting for somewhere that actually did like decent fish and chips and something a bit different. And this place we're going to does do different fish and chips. Or different fish, not different chips. They're the same chips you get anywhere, but they do different types of fish that you can't get everywhere. So really look forward to that. So let's get heading over there. You right, can I get a medium huss, a medium skate, 1 battered sausage, and a large chips? That's it, thank you. So, this is all plated up. There is one fish that's still in the packet over there, and you'll have to watch the end of the video to see what happened with that. But we'll try it. You will see us trying it. It just kind of went a bit weird and we didn't expect it to go in that direction. Watch the end of the video to see that. This is skate, I believe. I'm not 100% sure because they stacked them both in the same way, like on the same bit of paper. But I do believe that this is skate just by the shape of it, which is a little...
Alright, let's try it. You got a bone? Yeah, they've got bones in them.
It's all got bone in it.
Yeah, look.
Right, I've been waiting for fish for so long, and I go and get it, and it's full of bones.
That's a bone.
What the hell?
Well, that's fish. Fish have bones.
Yeah, but not when you buy it from a chippy, it shouldn't have bones in it unless they say it has bones in.
Hello?
Well, yeah, you just assume that when you buy fish, or at least I do, I assume when I buy fish from a fish and chip shop, that has no bones in it. And if it does have bones in it, it's specified that it has bones in it. To be fair though, it tastes really good. Like the flavour of the fish, it's really good. Except for I'm super funny about fish when it comes to bones, and I've not long started eating it again because of that reason. And I've gone and bought 2 fishes now that are full of bones. So this is it's going to be an interesting video. I'm just going to eat my sausage.
Oh, there's no bones in this.
Boneless sausage.
He's been looking forward to this all day ever since we got here. We had a look, and he's like, "Oh, this place does like some different fish. We'll go here, try it. He's gonna try something different." And what do you think now, Liam?
I'm going to eat it because I want to try it, but at the same time,
Is that bone?
it's full of bones.
Oh man.
They're not exactly hard, like this is not going to do any damage, it's not going to get stuck or anything, but it's not the point. Like, I was not expecting to have a fish from a fish and chip shop, deep fried, full of bones. Disappointment. I was literally, like Tabitha said this morning, I was absolutely buzzing about this. I was thinking, yes, I get to try some different fish. And then this happens. It's like you've built up, but you've gone like, and then all of a sudden, right down.
Maybe you should have researched the fish before you actually bought them.
Yeah, maybe I should have, but I just assumed that like when you go to a fish and chip shop that they've deboned it all.
No.
Or at least if they can't debone it, it says that it's got bones in.
That's why I always go for cod.
It tastes really good though. As much as I'm moaning about the bones, the flavour of the fish, at least of this skate, is really good. So I will eat it. I'll just eat it very slowly to make sure I don't get any bones in it. And if I get to the point where I freak out with bones, I'm going to stop eating it. And to be fair, the batter's pretty crap. Like this batter, like you could knock someone out of it.
Mm.
And the reviews
And
on
it
this are really good as well.
And it was only just cooked. They cooked it fresh, didn't they?
Yeah, this is obviously a terrible mix or something, but yeah, so it's freshly cooked and the batter's rock hard, so disappointed isn't even the word. I was hoping I'd make this video and be like, best fish and chips ever. Now it might actually be worst fish and chips ever.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure the middle bit's alright.
Maybe it's supposed to have bone. Maybe like, or maybe I'm just making a meal like this and all you watching it are going, yeah, Liam, it's supposed to have bone. But like in my mind, I just assumed that there's all the bones. Look, you see them, can't you?
Really?
That whole thing there is bones. Look.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, that whole thing. Look, you just picked off the bit where there's no bones in that. Look, that's no bones. So maybe it's supposed to have, but maybe this is me being a bit of a prick.
Maybe.
Because like from Tabitha's one there, it looked like this is supposed to have bones. It's really good, nice fish though, isn't it? The actual flavour of the fish is good.
Yeah.
So I am really happy that I tried skate, and I'd have it again, but I'd just have it under the assumption that I'm going to get bones in it. And these bones are not bad anyway, like that. Look how floppy that is, that ain't going to do any damage. I think we've said in a lot of videos as well about fish and chips, and that we're waiting for like a decent one. Well, we're still waiting for a decent one.
It's alright, we just now have an excuse.
To have it again?
Yeah, go to another one.
Mm.
I might actually just go for a normal haddock this time.
The funny thing with this is, the other fish is even worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Why? Do you think?
Well, the other fish has like a spine. I'll show you it in a minute. It has like the spine of the fish in it. Whether there's other bones now, I don't know. It might just be that one bone. Didn't even get large chips. I bought large chips, and they're not even large chips. But that's what you get when you try and experiment with food and try new things. Some things you get, and they ain't what you expect. This is definitely one of them scenarios. What I would say though, at least on this fish, the flavour of the fish is good. The batter's terrible. The chips ain't great. The battered sausage is pretty poor. Considering the good reviews the chippy had, I'm disappointed to say with this. But the bone thing might just be generic with this like type of fish, and it might just be me making a meal of that. So, you know what I mean? I'm not making any judgments there. And the actual flavour of the fish is good. That's what I would say.
So now I'll show you what the other fish is like. If I can get it out. So greasy.
It is full of grease, yeah. Yeah, if you hold it, I'll kind of like show. It's like a show and tell. So I don't know if you can see, but oh no, mate, where's the actual bone?
It's this side. I think you got the wrong way.
I've got it the wrong way.
Like there.
Well, you can see that there, that's
This
holding this
bone.
whole fish together, is like a bone. So I can like peel that off. That what you can see dangling about is bone. So hopefully there's just this spinal cord in it, and there's not like tons of little bones dotted all about this fish. But Tabitha's trying it before me, so.
Oh, It's a very different taste to like a normal fish.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a deepy flavour. Like fish normally is quite mellow, isn't it, in its flavour? It's quite a lot. So far, doesn't seem like any bones. No, it seems alright.
Maybe it's just one bone.
Yeah, I think it's maybe one bone.
We'll try it, go for it. The batter is so bad though, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
rock
you
hard.
can literally like knock someone out with this batter. Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of like de-battering the fish, which is, I suppose, what's the point of having a battered fish? Does anyone else ever like eat fish and think it looks really good, then they actually look what the fish looks like and I'm like, oh, why do I eat that? I don't want to look at the way it looks like, because I think it'd put me off.
Yeah. It looks like me in the morning.
Oh no. That is not a good look. Yeah, it's just one big bone. So this one is a lot better in the sense that it's just got one big bone, you just put it out and it's right. They're not too bad to actually to eat, because even like the, what is that called, skate? It's just really just bones in the middle, like little, yeah.
Yeah, so I managed to like debone like the whole thing in one go. So it's not
It's
that
really
bad.
not
But
bad.
then I don't see the point in putting batter on it,
No,
because I've had to pull all the batter off to take the bones out. So I can
Oh.
see why most fish and chip shops don't sell this sort of stuff though. It kind of makes sense
Yeah.
now.
But it's been nice to try.
Yeah, and then this skate I would have again 100%, not a fish and chip place though, because I don't want it battered, because I have to pull all the batter off to debone it. But the flavour of this fish is like really good.
Yeah, we've been experimenting and trying new fish recently, well before we moved into the van. So I am starting to actually love fish a lot more. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever have it battered again. Especially when you can knock someone out with it.
Right, so now I've got some of the Huss dogfish. I don't know why I don't just call it dogfish, but I suppose it's a better name for us. But yeah, so I've got some of it. Wish me luck.
It's completely different to the both fish we've had is completely different to each other. This one's very earthy, isn't it?
Yeah, they do taste both very different, and that's kind of a good thing. That's why we went with like 2 different fish, one each, and then we kind of just halved each fish. Like we said, the actual like batter is terrible. The fact that they've got bones in that we didn't know is obviously probably our fault more than anyone else's fault. But the flavour of the fish is great, and I would definitely have them again. Just knowing that they have bones in.
Yeah.
And I'd probably not have them in batter.
The batter doesn't add to the fish at all.
No, I think it's the issue mainly is the fact that like you can't bite into it like you would normal fish.
Yeah.
Because there's bones in it. So you're having to like pick things apart. Then you're peeling the batter off anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. In that sense, I don't get where the batter adds to it. If anything, the batter adds away, because now I've got like really greasy fingers because it's all deep fried.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I definitely wouldn't have it in batter, but I'd definitely have it again because the flavour's beaut. Right, so we have finished it all. We did actually eat everything as well, so we was happy with that. But what would you say?
It was really good. I just think we went to a really crap chippy, to be honest. The batter wasn't very good, the chips weren't very good. But just on fish, the fish was great, and I liked both of them. They were both completely different, which was really nice. And I'll definitely have them again.
Yes, what I'd say about it is pretty much the same as what Tabitha said. The chips, terrible, like really bad chips. The batter, really bad again, like just one of them really terrible batters that you get. It's just like you knock on it, it sounds like you're knocking on a wall. It's that hard. But the fish was a surprise in terms of obviously it was the fact that it was full of bones. We weren't expecting that. But the fish in itself, nothing to do with that chippy. The actual flavour of the fish is very, very nice. Like skate is up there now as like some of the best flavoured fish I've had. Place is probably just ahead of it because like I really love Place, but skate's probably second now. Like the flavour of that one's beautiful. Where the Huss is nice, but I wouldn't necessarily choose it over cod or haddock. Where skate I probably would. But again, if I was gonna have anything like that, I wouldn't have it in batter.
No, I don't think so. Although it might just be the batter that we had kind of tainted that, but
no, for me the reason I wouldn't have it in batter is just because it's got bones in it. You're having to pick it all apart anyway, so there's no point having it in batter.
But I'm really proud of you because you actually ate it. Usually it's only been a couple of years that he's been.
Not even that, I don't think. Maybe a year.
He refused to eat like even cod because
Any
of
fish.
bones, and he'd eat it so slow that it'd kind of be like next year before he even finished it.
Yeah, so it'd be stone cold by the time I actually eaten it. But I finished it all, so I'm happy with that, and I'm just happy for the experience. Like, even though it wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be, like, I'm very glad I've tried 2 different fish. Like, I love trying new foods, and I'm really happy I tried them because I actually enjoyed them.
Yeah, we both
bones aside.
We both love trying new foods. You've got me into this a bit more than I'd have got myself into it, but I'm really proud of myself that I've tried new food and fish. Because I was a bit nervous about trying it. I always am with trying new foods.
Yeah.
So.
But would you say this is the worst fish and chips you've had?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, one of the worst fish and chips, especially at the seaside. Usually, you get good fish and chips at the seaside.
I would say the same. I'd say yes. Not in a bad way though. If you like, not in a really bad sense. The worst fish and chips I've had in terms of like the experience and the actual quality of it. But at the same time, it's been probably one of the best because I've tried 2 different fish that I've never tried before, and I really enjoyed the flavour of them. So that's the good thing about it. But actually, as a fish and chips, yeah, it was terrible.
Agreed. So it's a thumbs down for that fish and chip shop.
For sure. But yeah, we're going to end the video here. So
thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.